Hey, it's Meg. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my messy desk. So the reason that there's stuff absolutely everywhere here is because today I'm going to be putting together my journaling kit for the Junk Journal January challenge. So lots of you guys wanted to see this after my last video where I made the journal that I'll be using for the challenge, which if you haven't seen that or you aren't sure what the challenge is and you want to get involved, all the information will be linked down below. But essentially it's a really fun community challenge that we're doing next month, and so I'm doing some prep videos to get ready for the challenge. So one was obviously to make the journal itself that I'm going to be using, and then today I'm going to put together a bit of a box. I've got this basket here of things that I can use throughout the challenge. So I find this really useful to do with a month-long challenge where you kind of show up daily to create, because I can literally just grab this and use what's inside it to create on my pages. Now I probably will end up using other things that aren't in this box, but this will just be almost like my junk journaling like essentials that I will use throughout the challenge. So I'll also put like my journal in it. I'll literally put like scissors, glue, all the tools that I need, and it just makes it so easy. And I can take this to another room if I want to, or it's just there so that I can use it to create with. So especially if this is your first time taking part in a challenge like this, I definitely recommend putting something like this together. It helps you just to think about the types of materials that you want to use in your journal. And I find it also helps just a little bit with cohesion. If you feel like your pages are sometimes a little bit all over the place and you want to have more of a theme, I guess, for the journal, then having a stash of similar stuff to work from can be really useful. And another thing as well is I always find that if I've just got like a limited set of supplies, so particularly if you are maybe like traveling or you've just got a small selection to work with, you almost end up being more creative than if you just had access to absolutely everything, because you think, right, how can I use this in a different way or use a new technique? So as I say, there's loads of reasons why I think putting together a kit like this can be really helpful for your creative practice, and I thought we could put mine together in this video, and I could show you guys what I'm putting in it and the reasons, and kind of just talk through my process so you can see a little bit, as I say, the mess around me. It does kind of go out of frame as well, so just picture I've got like a pile of books here, because what I'm even going to do is say I've got these, hold on, like I said, I've got so much stuff everywhere here. So and you might too, I love to collect these gardening books, secondhand books, etc. So rather than having to search through one of these books every day, what I'm going to do is kind of pull out a selection of images, because I know that, say an image like this, I really love to use fussy cuts in my pages, and so I'm just going to go through and kind of pick out a selection of them, and that will just help me with saving time as well, so that I can create a lot quicker and not have to worry about thinking too much. I can just show up and start creating in my journal. So yeah, just imagine this stuff absolutely everywhere. And I just wanted to say before I get started with this that I'm not saying you have to have everything that I'm putting in my kit. Yours will obviously look completely different. I think everyone's kits, if they put them together, would look completely different. This is just what works for me, the things that I like. You might include different things, but I just thought this might give you a bit of an idea if you're unsure what to include in yours, of the things that I'm going to pop in mine. I'm hoping that everything will fit inside this plastic tub that I've picked out. It's nothing special. You can use whatever bin, basket, pouch, etc. that you have around. Anything that works for you. I figured this has handles, so that's really helpful for kind of moving around my desk and things like that. And I've got an open top, so I can literally just stack things within it and then just grab and go as I need them. So I'm just going to pop these bits to the side for now, because I think the first thing I'm going to start with is some papers, because that's one of the main things that I will be using in my collages. So I've brought whole bunch of different stuff here. So I have a couple, and like I said, I won't probably use everything within this kit. It's just to have the choice when I come to create. So I've got these paper bags here that I'm just going to fold and put in, and I think these would be quite nice maybe for oh, it doesn't fit. Okay, let's put it that way. For background papers, things like that. So I'm just going to lie that there for now, and hopefully when I put other things in, it will stay upright. And I've also got some tracing paper here just for any pages where I want to do some translucencies. I know we've got a prompt that's all about translucent as well, so I think this would be really fun as an element to include. And then I've also got like random things, like this is just an envelope that I've saved just because I figured I might use the brown paper as a collage element. Nothing goes to waste with me, so I'll just fold this up here. So I'd love to know down below in the comments maybe what you guys are putting in your kits. I think it'd be really interesting to see what everyone is including, and maybe what's like one thing that you think you wouldn't be able to not include, like one thing you can't go without when it comes to your journaling. So I have way too many brown tags here. I will not use all of these. Let's maybe cull a few of those. But I want to use them, so I'm going to include them. So I have some larger ones, and then I also have these really dinky ones that are so cute. And I just thought with the size of my journal here, I just thought that they'd be so cute. You imagine them like sticking out the edge or something as a tab maybe if I cut it. So I'm just going to throw a couple of those in there so that I've got them to hand, because half the battle is sometimes I think, oh, I really want to use a certain thing within a journal page, and then I'll like spend 10 minutes 15 minutes like searching around all my stuff trying to actually find the thing. So this will be really useful, I think, for saving time for sure. I'm also going to pop in a few of these little note cards because I think these would be really nice for journaling spots as well. And then these are some papers that I had left over from when I was making my journal and the cover, but I just really like them, so I'm going to pop these in as well. And then, like I said, I'm going to try and flick through some of these books here and pick out some of the images that I might want to use. And like I said, I probably won't use all of them, but I just want to pick out some ones that I might like. So when I'm picking floral images that I'm going to use in my journal, I tend to go for ones that are a little bit larger and kind of the surface area as well as larger, so that it's easier for me to fussy cut this. So this is probably like more on the intricate side, but I could probably give a good go at fussy cutting that because I really love to do that. So I'm just going to pop that in there, and I'm just going to see if there's any that like catch my eye that I might want to use. You can see I've pulled ones out in the past and then decided not to use them, so some of these might be a little bit too intricate perhaps to use. That's quite cool. Maybe I'll go with that. I've clearly picked that out in the past. Let's see what else we've got. I always wonder when I pick them up, I think, oh, have I already like picked out all of the best ones from a certain book? So let's see. I don't know if there's going to be anything else that I want to use from this. I'm not sure. These are all a little bit more fiddly, which I could use them as the whole image and not fussy cut them, but I kind of want things I could fussy cut. Maybe this one. Oh, look, see, I've already I've already picked that one out as well, so I've clearly seen it before. Maybe this one. I quite like the pink on this, so we'll see. Let's just give that as an option of something to use. So I've just got a few of these books here, so I'm just going to go through the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Herbs. Now these are some larger ones, so I don't know, I might have to get my journal and see. Yeah, see, these are going to be huge, which I mean might be a nice like statement piece perhaps on some of the pages. Like one like this, I'd probably just cut out the flower and nothing else. Should we do that one maybe? Let's see. But yeah, I'd probably just like fold this here and then just take out the actual flower. Oh, or I'll rip it. Okay, well the bottom's kind of cut off, but we can still use that. So I'm just gonna do this just so we can use the part that's got the flower on, because that would be way too intricate to cut out, even for me. That's way too much. So let's see if there's anything else in here. I quite like that foxglove, but I don't think I'd like cutting it out. Let's see. I don't know if there's going to be anything else in this one. Oh, maybe this one might be quite fun. Let's go with this one. Now, I don't want to crease the image, so I'm just going to fold it like this and then hope that it fits in my little box for now. So I don't need to pick out too many of these, because I'll get carried away and I'll start just picking out loads, but I just want a collection, like I said, that I can use. So there we go, like that one, and it's just like ready to go, so I can then just fussy cut it whenever I want or need to for the challenge. So I think that's gonna be it really for this book. So let's see, because it's quite large and I don't think that I need huge images on all of the pages. This one might be the same actually. Let's see, what have we got in here? Some daffodils. This one has the months, so ooh, that would be a nice statement piece, wouldn't it? Ooh, let's go for this one. Again, I probably wouldn't cut like the whole image. I would literally just focus on that flower, so I don't mind folding that in half. Let's pop that in there. Let's see, what else have we got? Maybe we'll flick to January and hope that I haven't cut out anything that already says January. Oh, that's fun, isn't it? Just the oranges. Are they oranges? Yeah, oranges. Some roses. Ah, January. Here we go. Let's pull this out, and then I've got some text if I want to use anything that says January on it. So it's even just like pulling out little bits like this that I might use like maybe on a title page or something like that, or I might not use it at all. It's just to have things to hand. So let's make that smaller. We don't need all of that. There we go. So let's see what else we've got in these books. They're all gardening books. I love this one. As you can see, I've already cut out a fair bit of it. Now these are some smaller illustrations, so I think these might work a bit better. So all of these books are just secondhand from a charity shop, so I'm not too precious about them, obviously. I really love that pink colour here, so let's just cut out this one. I think that might be really nice to use. Pop that in there. Not so sure on, or maybe the pink ones. I'm just drawn to the pink ones a lot lately, so I'm going to use those. And then let's see, these might be really cute as like a cluster in a border, perhaps on like the edge of a page going down. Oh, that might be nice. Let me cut out a few of them. Maybe we'll go for this sort of yellowy red one too. That could be a really nice feature, maybe with some stitching as well. This is what I find as well, when I start putting things like this together, my mind just sort of runs with all different ideas of things that I might want to do. Now this is a mixture of some illustrations and some images, so let's see if there's anything else that I might want to use, and then I can probably leave it for the botanical images because there will be loads of them in this journal otherwise. I do really like these, but I'm not sure, and I think I might include this really rich coloured one here as well. And then that's, like I said, probably enough on the florals for this journal. We don't need too many of them, do we? Okay, I think we've got enough florals, but let me just check that there's nothing in here that I want to use. because sometimes I like just using like an image like this and then maybe putting text on top. So maybe we'll go for, I keep doing everything pink lately, so let's pick something that's not like hugely pink. Like this, if you imagine some like found poetry over the top of it and some stitching, that would be lovely. So let's use this, if I can get this to lay flat. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna rip it because it's not gonna play ball with me. So I think this should give me a nice mix of imagery to use in my collages, and I'm gonna just continue. I've got a couple of boxes here with some more papers, and I'm just gonna pick out some more bits to include in this because I just want lots of choice when it comes to using all the papers in my journal. And I think that there might be an envelope hiding somewhere in here because I think I need to add these smaller bits to an envelope so they don't get lost within all of these other things here. So I'm just gonna neaten this up slightly so that it stands here. Okay, let's see if there's any smaller bits that I might want to use. And this is what I went through when I was making this as well, was just to go through and pick out random bits. So this is on the cover, so maybe that might be nice if we have that as a cohesive element. And I think this was from the printable as well, so I definitely like to use that somewhere. I think that might be nice as the front cover, like the opening page even, I wonder, like this. I don't know, or like this, maybe here. Maybe I should pop it there. Maybe I'll leave that in there for now. That might be really nice just as a little opening section. So let's see what else we've got in here that I might want to use. I really like that. Oh, I'd love to use a doily. Let's pop a doily in there. What else have we got? Just some scrap papers. I'll pop them in there too, and some green paper. Let's see. I pulled a few of these out to make the journal, didn't I? But I just think I clearly pulled them out for a reason. So let's use them within the journal here. We've got an envelope. Okay, let's organize ourselves and maybe have an envelope on the go. And this decoupage paper as well. I've also got an envelope, like a glassine envelope. That would be nice. And I'm basically pulling out everything from this box to put in here. I promise I'm actually gonna be a bit more selective with the papers. So I'm gonna pull out this napkin because I think that would be lovely as some like decoupage almost, especially if you could, you know, pull apart the layers so you get the really thin translucent effect. That would be really nice. Let's see, what else have we got? Some other book pages, bits and pieces, so much random stuff in here. Literally saving like little scraps of everything, nothing goes to waste. So let's pop that in there too. And then to be honest, I'll probably keep this box close by anyway, so if I want to use some other bits in the journal, I can do. But I just wanted to try and put them all together in a little kit for now. So let's see, because otherwise I might get a bit overwhelmed by all of these papers being available as an option. So I didn't want to have too much going on when it came to my journaling kit. So let's see. No, I don't really want to use. And these are some plainer bits. So let's see. Okay, we've got an envelope. That would be nice. What else have we got? Is this just another envelope? Okay, we don't need a larger envelope. I will just include these plainer papers because these will be really nice just as, you know, some neutral staples. So I'll put these back here. So I've kind of got my plainer bits to the back, and then this assortment of other papers here. So let's just have these in some sort of organized fashion. So let's just put my patterned papers there, and then let's put this to one side for now, and then let's just sort these out so that they are nice and organized. Now I'm fully anticipating that I will be brilliantly organized on day 1, and if you saw this box again by day like 23, it's going to be in quite the mess. So, but that's fine, you know, that's just how it goes, isn't it? So let's just put these little bits for now within this glassine envelope, and I'll probably end up using this within a journal page anyway, but I just think to store things for now. There we go, that works, doesn't it? And then what I'll do is I'll use the, where did my patterned papers go? Here, I'm just going to use the envelope as a bit of a wraparound for all of these bits. So these are my more patterned papers. I'm just going to wrap them and tuck them nicely within there, so I've got them all neat in one place. And then there's my little bits there. So I think, oh, and another envelope. So I think in terms of papers, I've definitely got enough, and I'm just going to put my journal there just to give it some weight to hold it against. Okay, so I'm going to start putting some other bits in here now, and I'm just going to pick from the things that I've got around me on the desk. So I pulled out a few different bits here that I can include. So I have some stamps, and I've got some number stamps here, some alphabet stamps, and then some smaller alphabet stamps. So I'm going to put these 2 in because these will be really nice for lettering, like quotes and things like that, and then the numbers if I want to do any numbering of the pages for each day. Now I do also have these stamps. They're slightly larger and they're not going to fit in the kit. I mean, they would, but they'll take up like loads of space, so I'm just going to have them to one side. But I just wanted to show you guys that these are going to be nearby for this. So I'm just going to pop my stamps in here, and of course I'll need some ink as well. So my favorite is just the Versafine in Vintage Sepia. I really love that, and I figured maybe the date stamp as well might be nice, just an office date stamp if I wanted to date and number any of the pages. I've got my corner rounder, which I absolutely love to use for things when I'm adding like pockets or even just on the corner of pages. So I just figured I would have that in here as well, because I know I always reach for it for different things. And I've also got my stapler, so a bit more on the utensils here at the minute, but my stapler, because I love to use this to staple different papers in. It's like a bit of an alternative really to gluing things in, and I just find it adds a nice sort of something different to a page. So I'm going to add this in here as well. And then I've just got one stamp here for decoration if I wanted to add any like texture or bits of interest to a page. I've got other stamps, but I just picked this one out. And I also have some stencils, and in the move of all my craft stuff, I can't find where the stencils have gone, but I will add them to this kit once I find out obviously where they are. Oh, and then I also have just this little bag here of some old stamps that I thought would be really nice to use in collage elements. So let me just add those back here as well. And speaking of lettering before, I also have these alpha stickers that I think would be really nice to use as some impactful words on the page if I want to add any lettering. So I'm just going to add those in there as well. Now, other things that I thought I could include, so I was trying to think as I was going through in my head, I was like, okay, I know I like collages, I know I like to add like stamps and things like that, but I've also got here some paints out. So I've got Dale Rowney acrylic in pink blush, and then this is my I probably need to get a new one of these actually, but it's just white acrylic paint, nothing fancy. As you can see, it's very well loved. So I love to use this alongside coffee dyeing, which is something that's not gonna sit in this kit for obvious reasons, but I thought I'd put this in here because I'd love to do some more playing around with the white acrylic and coffee dyeing. So I'm just going to add this to my kit as well as some pink acrylic paint. And like I said, I probably might reach for some other colours, but I just wanted to have that one in there at least to kind of almost remind me that I wanted to use some of the paints in this journal. Something else that's obviously very good to have in here is like a real basic like scissors and glue. So I'm going to add this pair of scissors in here just so I've got them. I do love to use these little embroidery scissors, especially for fussy cutting, but I just don't want to add them to this kit because I like to use them for all sorts of things every day. So I'm not going to add them in here yet, but I'm just going to add a larger pair of scissors in here. So I'm just going to add them to the side, obviously, for safety reasons. And then glue sticks. So I get lots of questions about what adhesive I use in my journals. So I swear by just a Pritt Stick glue stick. Nothing too fancy, especially if you're in the UK. You probably use these at school like I did. Nothing fancy at all, but I love to use just a normal glue stick. I just find that PVA like wet glue can get so messy. Something else that I also love to use in my journals is washi tapes and also stickers. So I have just on my desk, so again, I might not feel the need to actually put this in a kit, but I just have all of my like rub-on stickers and bits and pieces in this little folder, and it's literally just off to the corner on my desk. So I probably won't include this, but I love to add these onto my pages just for some like texture and interest and things like that. So I'm probably going to be using these, but like I said, that'll just be off to the side. And then washi tape. So I've got, again, a little container on my desk where they all sit anyway, but I figured I would just go ahead and sort of see if I could use up some of these like sample cards that I've already got. So when I've like been traveling and stuff, I've made these up. So I figured this would be a good chance to use this. These were some tapes that my good friend Pamela let me swatch. Like, how cute is this little cat? I've never seen one like that before. So yeah, I'm just gonna use my kind of washi samples collection really, and put that in here because obviously these are perfectly fine, but just as a way of having them be a lot more portable, especially for this kit, so I can literally just sort of slide them in the back here, and then I've got them there rather than having like 15 rolls all kind of in this kit, because otherwise the kit would then be like 50% washi tape, which is just crazy. So yeah, like I said, I've got this book, but I'll pop that off to one side as well. So I think the last thing is pens to be able to do some writing and some mark making, and then also stitching. So I'd really like to do some stitching in this journal as well. So I've shown this before, but I've got just this box here with color-coded like Ziploc bags of embroidery thread that I bought years and years ago from a charity shop. Someone had obviously, you know, taken a lot of time to sort these all by color and things, which was lovely of them. So this stash has been going for like ages and will probably last me like ages more. Like there's loads of these. So I figured I would just go through and pick a few colours that I might want to use. So I'm thinking this blue colour here might be quite nice to use on a page. This one here. Now I know these, if you probably do embroidery, you're probably like gasping and going, oh my goodness, these are like, you know, embroidery threads and things aren't like cheap necessarily, but like I said, I, you know, thrifted all these. So and yeah, they've lasted me ages, so I love to use these in my journals. I bind my journals with them, I do stitching with them. It's great. So I'm going to use this blue colour. I think that would be nice. I don't have a huge amount of blues within my journals, so I'm not going to use too many more of that. Do I want a green or a brown? That might be cute. Again, I might not use all of these colours, but I just want to have them like already picked out and ready to go. What sort of green? Maybe more of an olive green would be nice, perhaps. Oh, this one's a little bit, yeah, these are a little bit tangled in this bag. Maybe like an olive, is that, or is there like a darker green? Maybe more of that green there that I can just see peeking out. This one here. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Yeah, that one here. And then I'm obviously going to pick out a pink for sure. Maybe like a pale pink. That might be nice. I never tend to use the yellows. Sometimes I use the darker ones, but not really. And I don't even know if I've ever troubled the green, the orange ones really. But there's some real like neon ones in here. Like, look at that. Like, which one is it? One of these. Ooh, that might be fun to use. Maybe we'll put that one in there as a bit of a wild card. And let's see, what else have we got? These ones are kind of in use. I love this pink colour here. Let's pop that one in too. I think that might be enough in terms of stitching. I can always grab some more if I want them, but I don't think, yeah, I don't think I want any more for now. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop my threads just in there. They'll be okay. And then obviously a needle, because one of the things I often find is that I want to do some stitching and then I can't find where I've left my needles. So I have this little safe carry case here, and I would probably just use this one in the middle here to do some stitching. So I'm just going to add this in here as well. So lastly, I wanted to go through some pens that I want to include within this. So this is just my normal pencil case here, and then I've got this skinny one which I think would be really nice for holding just like a collection of kind of key pens. Now this poor pencil case, my pen decided to leak everywhere, so please excuse that. So I've got a whole range of different pens in this pencil case. One that I'm definitely going to want to use are these Tombow pens in both the soft and the hard tip. And then I also really love the Zig clean color dot markers. They're just sort of a bit like this, and I love to add like little dots and things to my pages. So I've got a couple of colors of those, so like a pink here and a bit of a very muted like greeny blue shade, and I think I've got like a tan kind of beige color as well, yeah, here. So I'll pop that one in. Of course I'm gonna add my trusty white Uniball Signo pen for detailing work. Maybe a couple of fine liners. So here I've got the Unipin fine liners in black and also in sepia, I believe. Yep, in sepia. And these are both 0.5s, so they'll be nice to use. And then let's see, what else have I got? That might be it, to be honest, in terms of pens that I want to use in this journal. Let's see, maybe I'll add just a regular Uniball pen as well. And then for a bit more of mark making, I love to use normally the Neo colors. So let's grab a couple of those just to add in here, so I can keep those. Which pot are they in? I've got like these pots of pens on my desk and I can never remember which one I've put them in. So let's see. We've got them here. So I love to use these, as you can see, within my journal pages. And maybe the, what colors are these? So we've got sepia, we've got ochre, salmon, raw sienna, and cinnamon. So that's a nice color palette, I think, that kind of complements a lot of different things, and I love to use those in mark making. So I'm just going to use those. And I think, you know, if I want to grab from any of these other pen pots that I've got on my desk, they are there, so I can do that. But just to have those to hand, I think would be nice. Now, is this going to close? Maybe I've put too much in here. Maybe I'll put a couple of these Caran d'Ache Neo colors back. Maybe they won't fit. Okay, maybe I'll just have to put them on the side. Let's see. Yeah, because do these fit? Moment of truth, everybody. There we go. Okay, right. I've picked these out, but they'll have to stay on the side because they don't fit in the main pouch. But there we go. There are my pens. So I will just pop these. Now this is a little bit things going everywhere, but maybe I'll pop that there, and then I can just put my corner around to one side. Okay, so this isn't like super aesthetic or anything, but this is my kit of all the bits that I'm going to use for the Junk Journal January challenge. So I hope you found that helpful. Like I said, let me know what you're going to be including in your kit. I'd love to hear. As always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.